Hello and welcome to the Bellatini Art Studio. Yep, we're here making a mess, but I've got something really cool to show you tonight. I've been listening to some colorists talk about needing to put things between their pages because the mediums they're using to make glossy or gold are sticking together. So I used to do a lot of card making years and years and years. I mean, maybe even decades ago. I did a lot of cards and I used a lot of embossing powder. Do you guys remember that stuff? Well, I'm setting it up here to show you, for those of you that don't know what embossing powder is, how cool it could be for your coloring books because it's not going to leave like bumps or, it's not going to raise your pages or make spaces in your books or anything like that. It's very flat. It's also very smooth. It feels very good texture. I'm setting it up with a marker and a color pencil. That's what we use most often, right? Besides basing. So for this next part comes the most fun. This is a Versamark marker. It is very sticky, and you put a little dash across these areas I've already made. What I'm pouring on now is some embossing powder. It's gold. And so I wanted to show you what it looks like over a marker, a Sharpie, and a colored pencil. So this is the first step. You put the Versamarker on, you pour the powder on it, you dip it off, make sure it all comes off. Now comes a heat gun. You put the heat gun on and you heat it up, and it's like literally magic. It's like so satisfying to watch that stuff change. Let me just put that in there again, okay? So then after I do that, I wanted to show you, you can layer this stuff depending on what you're doing. I already put the gold down. So what I noticed in a lot of the books is the stickles, the gloss, all those things, they get sticky and tacky because they have like glue stuff in it. This stuff is like, this tip is really easy to work with. You don't have to worry about anything like that. You pour the powder on over it. Make sure it gets on very evenly. Tap it off like you saw me do before. And then you're going to heat gun it again. I'm going to get you a little bit closer so you can see what happens. So I love it because, I mean, you can't see the magic, but you can see how crystal clear it is and how, like, you can touch it and it feels just smooth to the touch. It's not doing anything. It's not going to come off. So these are really great for our books. But I wanted to, I don't know if this will show up, but I want to show you. The way I already embossed it by itself, the gold is just very gold metallic-y. If you pour that clear, because what I just poured on, that when you heat it up, it's going to be crystal clear. So, of course, go through the same steps, put on the marker. It comes in a stamp pad also. I like the marker because I like to add in the detail where I want, not necessarily use a whole pad. But you can do this with stamps, silhouette stamps in our books with this would be amazing. Can you imagine that? So you just heat it up, and I don't know if you can see, it doesn't do a very good job. So I think I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in another example here. So I decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how, I want you to see this up close because it's so cool. There's gold, and then you can also make it look glittery. It's almost like flipping magic. So I'm getting enough of some of this Versamark down. I'm going to pour over the embossing powder, tap it off, go through the drill. And once I get this all ready, the one thing I want you to be completely aware of is that the embossing powder will get left behind, and you're going to want to get rid of it off because I'm going to say it will. If there's any moisture, it's going to stick to the page, I think, before it heats up and, does its thing on your paper. So, of course, here comes the embossing powder. Again, the magic. It's magic. I love it. It is so cool. So heat that up. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know if that's enough. I really loved it. Do you love that? What? That is so cool. So I'm going to be wild, and I'm going to go over it again, same spot, over the gold, and see. Put a lot on. Don't be worried. Just put it on there. Pour your embossing powder. Go through all the motions. I think don't do that. Don't do what I do. Don't tap it because it'll smush it. If you're trying to stay within lines and stuff, that's probably not going to work out for your best. So don't do what I just did. But get it nice and clean. Get it all off. Remember that this does need the heat gun to activate. You don't want to do this with a blow dryer. It'll have too much air force, so you really will need to have a heat gun. You can find them at Michael's or probably your local craft store, or if you have to, Amazon. So I'm obviously going over this again because, I can't just do one thing. Excuse me. I wish I would have showed you to just do half, because the effect that you're about to see is so crazy how this happens. But when you just do the gold, it comes out very metallic. Very cool if you want to like illuminate something gold. When you put the clear back over the gold and you go through all the steps, tap, 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 and get that heat gun out, look what's going to happen. Boom, turns it into glitter again. It's insane. It melts down to gold, and then you put the clear over it and you have like this gold mine. Please tell me that you'd love to see those in your coloring books. I think it's such a cool technique. I would love it if you tagged me and did this in your book somehow. It's smooth, like a button. So, yep, I used all of these things. I got the Versamarker, embossing, and the heat gun. Maybe a small investment. I don't know, $30 or something. It's going to be a lot, but that container is going to last you forever. They come in every color of the rainbow. I don't have as much as I used to have, but I do have a very few of these, and I think I'm going to keep showing you that in my art. It's got a pink one here, super cute. Could add this to here, put this. I think this is $6.99 at my local craft store. Here's the clear. This one you want to get in a bigger container because you're going to use it a lot. You're going to be able to illuminate lights and all those things that you put gloss on in your book. You don't have to separate with different pages anymore. They're not going to stick together. It's going to be so worth it to you. You're going to love it. As always, it's so awesome to have you guys here and to explore art and a journey with you. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So pretty. I am so happy I thought about putting these in my books. I hope it helped you. I hope you can find something interesting. Make sure you like, subscribe, and definitely share. Come on over. We want to have a chat. We're here every day, live, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and toodles my noodles.